Hello, YouTube. Um, I'm a little nervous. This is my first time ever posting a video on YouTube, so bear with me. Um, I guess to start, I will tell you a little bit about myself. Um, I am 35, and I am currently a caregiver. I am also a lab tech, um, which I'll actually get into a little later on. I um, I have a dog named Peanut. He is an old man. He is a Chihuahua. He is tan, and he is very, very little. I currently care for my mother. Um, I love my mother very much. My mother is an amazing woman. She is my biggest supporter. And I do not have kids as of now. I do want kids. But I want it to be healthy enough to have kids. Do not mind my pimple. It showed up a couple days ago. And anybody who knows me knows that I do not get pimples. And so one or two pimples at a time is pretty much a breakout for me. And so I am freaking out a little bit about the pimple because I had an interview today, which I will also get into a little later. It's not much to say about me. I have been a medical assistant at one point in time. I have been a cosmetologist at one point in my life. I guess maybe I shouldn't say at one point in my life. I've always done hair. I've been braiding hair and stuff since I was about 12-ish. Until I was, well, I'm getting a little ahead of myself. So I worked for Great Clips for a little while, and I worked for a salon, called Braids, Locks, and More, for a little while, but I had to give that up because I was diagnosed with severe carpal tunnel in both of my wrists. So I went back to school, and at this time I actually went back to school for RN, and I finished all of my prereqs, but right before I was due to start my actual RN program, I looked into laboratory work. I've always been fascinated with lab. I've always been fascinated with, drawing blood. I love to draw blood. And so originally I was actually looking into like a phlebotomy course or something along those lines. And instead I found medical lab technician, which is, I describe it as phlebotomy plus. We do learn phlebotomy, and I could actually become a certified phlebotomist with the same training, but it's also everything else. So if you're wondering what a medical laboratory technician does, it is pretty much what it sounds like. I work in a lab. I process all of the specimens. Anything your body can create, I process it. Take that as you may. I will say in this video that sometimes I can be a little TMI. That's just in me keeping it all the way 100 with you guys. I am going to be as truthful and forthcoming as I possibly can. And so some people may not be able to relate to the things that I say on my channel because I can only speak my own opinion, and I can only speak how I feel and the experiences that I have had. And so I can't really speak for anybody else. So I'm sorry ahead of time if anything that I say offends anyone or rubs anyone the wrong way. I am not in any way, shape, or form trying to be vindictive or shady towards anybody. It's just, I have to keep it 100 with you. So, in saying that, the bulk of my channel is going to be about my weight loss surgery, or my weight loss journey. There will be other things on my channel as well. I love to travel, and so I will be periodically doing videos about, trips that I take and how to travel on a budget. Because I am in no way, shape, or form big balling. That is not my life. But I still do manage to carve out a travel budget. So, to start off, I guess I should jump right into my weight loss journey. I am a little late because I had surgery on January 9th at Overlake Hospital in Bellevue, Washington with Dr. Gupta. Just to get into some of my stats, my highest weight recorded was 301 pounds. The day of surgery, I was 276. The last time I weighed myself, I try to weigh myself once a week. I had picked up the bad habit. Well, maybe I shouldn't say bad habit because I don't want anybody to feel bad if they do weigh themselves every day, but I definitely picked up that habit when I first got home of weighing myself every day. And it took an emotional toll on me, especially when from one day to another. I guess I should get into when I first got back from the hospital. Or maybe I should get into I will get into everything. Okay, so, I guess I should start with my surgery process. I wanted to record. Actually, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do all of this in 15 minutes. So I'm going to, in this video, I'm going to tell you why I haven't recorded before now. And then I will make another video to tell you about my surgery experience. So the reason that I have not filmed before now, I knew that I wanted to share my experience. I knew that I wanted to record my experience, even for just myself to look back on someday. And I truly meant to do like pre-operative videos. But I was jumping through so many hoops before surgery that filming a video was, to keep it 100, filming a video just really was not at the top of my priority list. And I will get into all of the hoops and the obstacles in my next video about my surgery experience. But I wanted to also film the day of my surgery, but I was a nervous wreck the day of my surgery. My body was shaking uncontrollably, and my body temperature actually dropped. My anxiety was having all kinds of crazy, weird effects on my body. Thankfully, my sister-in-law was there with me. So she kind of was my voice, because my nerves were so shot that I could barely speak. Mind you, this was the first surgery I've ever had. I think the closest I have ever come to surgery before this was having a tooth pulled, you know. So, you know, obviously, I mean, there was the normal anxiety, and then I suffer from anxiety anyway. And so I was a hot mess the day of surgery, let me tell you. But I will go into all of that on my video about my surgery experience as well. So, I'm sorry if I keep looking this way, but my bedroom faces the playground across the street. And so the kids running around, and it's a little distracting. I have to find another place to film, but I needed to get this out while it was kind of on my mind. So, that's pretty much the reason that I did not film the day of my surgery, is because I was just a mess. I was all over the place. In fact, I ended up having to get anxiety medication put into my IV before I went into anesthesia. It was just, I was all over the place. Let's just put it that way. Anyways, so, and then I wanted to film directly after my surgery, but that is a whole nother story, and I will go into that in my next video. But emotionally, I was dealing with some emotional baggage that I did not feel comfortable putting on camera. At the time, anyway. I'm definitely gonna put it on camera for you now, but at the time, I just did not feel comfortable going on camera. I was a little insecure, which is crazy to say because I just had surgery. But I was just feeling a little insecure. I wasn't feeling comfortable in my own body. I was in pain. The first few days, I was pretty much knocked out on pain medication, and after that, I think like the first 2 weeks was kind of a blur to me. I didn't feel like myself for a while. You know what I mean? I felt like I had stepped into somebody else's body. And it felt really uncomfortable. And not just the pain. It was just like, I don't know. I can't explain it. I went through something. I definitely went through something in this surgery process. And maybe it's because I was in the hospital longer than I should have been. Maybe it's because my recovery wasn't going the way that I had heard it was supposed to go. And just a lot. But I will get into all of that. This video is already almost 15 minutes. So I'm going to end it by saying I am sorry that I was not able to post footage and stuff of my surgery day. That would have been nice, not only for YouTube to see, but for me to have as a keepsake for myself, so I can know where I was in those moments. But unfortunately, that is a treasure lost that I cannot get back. And so I am starting now. Better late than never. So I will see you guys in my next video. If you like my videos, please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe if you would like to see more. Okay, I'll see you next time.